feels like the full Dookie Super Saiyan Goku.
And I want to win more, and more, and more!
Oh yeah, it's the champ. Let's go!
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Plastic Power Podcast. This is Starblast Studios alongside Daredevil 19 and Super Mario. What is going on with my... Hold on. What is going on with my Omnitrix right now? Oh,
You're
I got
doing
Ghost
it on
Freak.
purpose. He did it last episode, too.
It just started scanning for new aliens, man. Out of nowhere.
It's like, welcome back to the Plastic Power Podcast. Oh, what's going on?
I just wanted it to start. I just wanted it to start normally and such, you know. Like I was just gonna do this. That's it. And then it just started doing the scan. That was not planned at all. But anyways,
it's me. I'm the new alien.
All right, yeah. Welcome to Mariozilla to this episode. Today we're gonna be just talking about a bunch of these new figure reveals, figure news, basically like that. For this episode.
Toys.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But alrighty.
Yeah, over the past few, I guess 2 weeks, we got a lot of announcements, reveals, and such from Marvel Legends to third-party stuff, Mayfax, Figma, Figuarts. So we have a lot to go over. So who wants to start it off with the Marvel Legends?
Vinny, why don't you go?
Yeah, with the Iron Man wave.
Why don't we start? We have reissues of the movie versions of Deadpool and Wolverine.
Ooh,
and that looks so cool because when was the last time we even got a live action version Hugh Jackman Wolverine at all?
The last time they released it.
Bro, for as far as I have known, the best live action version of Wolverine was the Marvel Select one, but for some reason there had always been some licensing issues up until this point when it came to using Hugh Jackman's likeness.
That came out so long ago, but then Hasbro made two different Hugh Jackman Wolverines. They did the reissue one that we're getting with the tank top, and then they did another one with his brown jacket. I only got the tank top one, which is it is one of the better Marvel Legends figures, and looks like Hugh Jackman has some nice articulation. They could have gave him a few more accessories because all you get is the two head sculpts, and then you get an extra set of hands without the claws, the fists. I mean, it's fine, but they definitely could have threw in a couple more accessories with him. And the Deadpool is I didn't really care for it too much. I felt like his joints, elbow joints, were too wobbly and stuff, and the knee joints. And I mean, it was the only, at the time when we first got it, it was the only movie Deadpool that we had in 1/12 scale until Figuarts came around and made one. But it is good that they're reissuing them because I believe they're pretty pricey on the secondary market.
I just love how Hasbro is not afraid of re-releasing some of their old stuff anymore. Sure, it's a new packaging, and if you're lucky, it's new accessories, but it's way better than how Marvel Legends was back then because there were barely any reissues, if any at all.
Yeah, and then the Deadpool, I remember he was in a 2-pack for some reason. It's why? Now this one is an individual release. Yeah, so that's good with that. But that Wolverine, I'm telling you, the secondary market for that Wolverine prices were, I feel like he was close to $100. He might have been $100.
Yeah,
recently until we got this announced. Yeah,
that's some Figuarts prices there.
Yeah, I think because I got it, then I resold it. I think I sold it for $50 or $55.
But in other news, this is a release I'm very excited for. We have the Figuarts Icarus, which I am very, very excited for this thing. Nah, this is an April Fool's joke.
Imagine that we do get an Icarus with a little kid Gohan.
It probably would just be a statue, which is the funniest thing. It wouldn't be like a monster, which it should.
Well, nah, Figuarts wouldn't put that much effort.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that bad. Oh man! It turns out Griffith's horse. He's just a statue.
Yeah.
But actually, that does remind me of Berserk. Which, speaking of Berserk, we are getting some decent news.
Hold on, wait.
Okay.
Yeah, but wait. There's still more Marvel Legends. Vinny was mentioning the what was it? The Iron Man wave.
Yeah, we are getting a brand new retro Iron Man wave. But
Yeah.
and one of the things that makes this wave kind of special is that it has one of the classic looks for She-Hulk.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was that Iron Man, you said Whiplash, and I think there was two
Whiplash.
more.
There's the gold version of the Iron Man armor. His one of his first ever armors.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and there was two more in the wave. I forgot who they were though, but yeah, so we're getting another retro Iron Man type wave or more Marvel Legends. Um and that's about it for like Marvel Legends as of now. Yeah, as you were saying before, I guess you want to jump into these figure arts for now, then we'll go back and then jump back to figure arts a little later. But you were
yeah.
saying
Yeah,
Berserk.
I just wanted. I thought it was gonna be a clean transition to the Berserk stuff. I didn't realize there was more Marvel Legends. Yes, there's.
Yeah, yeah, we're still on Marvel. We're still on Marvel Legends, and then we have Storm, Figma, Mafex,
Yeah,
Monster Arts,
so the
third party stuff.
yeah, we have so much right now. I can't keep track of it. But
Yeah.
like the so
Look at the time
basically
last.
right now when it comes to Berserk, first off, we have some pretty decent news. Is that like they're going to be re-releasing the SH Figuarts Guts. I don't know if they're re-releasing Griffith. Are they re-releasing Griffith?
As of now, no, it's just the Black Swordsman Guts, which makes you wonder, the worst figure of 2023, are they going to fix it?
That
That's what I'm
figure that
curious.
figure has legitimate potential to be the best figure of 2023 if it wasn't for like all of those QC issues that was there, man.
Yeah, and all the breaks people were getting, and yeah, that was a hot mess. That figure, it was just the most irritating, frustrating, annoying figure to pose around, and it should not be like that when posing a figure. Posing a figure
Mhm.
should be fun, not irritating and drive you nuts. So, yeah, I don't think you know too much about Berserk, right, Vinny?
I have not dabbled into the anime. I've heard of it, but I had not seen it. I have yet to see it.
Mhm.
Yeah, so he's the main character of that series,
Okay.
and a lot of people are just super hyped about this line. And when you release the main character of a figure in a new line and you drop the ball, he was worse than how Zoro turned out. Literally the worst figure of 2023, and
It
really one of the worst figures, period.
it just spells a bad omen for the line coming forward.
Yeah, and then the next release wasn't even that good, and then they did the Berserker Armor Guts. That one turned out pretty good. It's not the best figure, but it's a pretty damn good figure and a lot better than the Black Swordsman Guts.
That
The big what's that?
I was about to say with the reissue, they have a chance to course correct.
Yeah.
So so they better take that opportunity to fix it.
Yeah, they have till August because that's when they're reissuing it. So we're gonna
I
see if they
feel like it's
fix up
gonna be
some of the
better. I
issues.
genuinely feel like this re-release is gonna be a lot better because like actually for
Yeah.
I saw what's his name 86 reviews. He was looking at the reissue of Trunks. That Trunks figure got completely fixed. It's much better now. You don't have like those jibble jabble legs that version of Trunks does, or the arm popping off, and also like it's the sheath, the strap around the sword clicks in much easier, much
Yeah.
better, more stably than how it did on the first
Yeah.
release.
Yeah, it was kind of annoying trying to get that to peg in with the first release. Yeah, and you said I didn't even know they reissued that Trunks, but I mean they definitely usually they do fix up issues. One big issue was the wrist joints. They just made it a straight peg, so when you pop it on, you don't hear that click that it's securely pegged in. So his hands were just falling off all the time. And he has a huge sword, and it's heavy, so that was one of the most frustrating things about the figures. So we'll
Yeah.
have to see how the reissue turns out. I already have the figure, but I want to get the reissue to see what they fixed.
Which hopefully they
And
do.
then yeah, and then since we're on Berserk, I don't know if I pronounce her name correctly, but Sharike, I believe that's her name. She's like a little wizard witch from Berserk.
Hmm.
Um, this figure looks great. So another figure that we're getting in the Berserk line. She looks really good. She has a cloth wired cloak, which is a plus two. And truthfully, I feel like she's going to be the best figure out of what we have as of now, which is just the one Griffith and the two Guts figures. So yeah, she releases I think in September. So and she goes up for pre-order
And
April 5th.
and if I'm not mistaken, currently she also is included with that accessory that Figma included on their armored Guts, which was that sort of spirit that would
Yeah.
just be hanging right behind Guts. I don't know
Yeah,
very
her
much about it. I
spirit
haven't got to that
form.
part in the manga.
Yeah, it's kind of like what Doctor Strange does. She's like astral projects a spirit of herself, and she was just there to like help guide Guts to make sure he doesn't. Because when he's in that armor, he could like lose his mind and go crazy. So she was pretty much there to make sure he didn't
Uh,
pass that threshold and lose his mind and go insane, you know. So,
Makes sense. Yeah.
but yeah, that's one of her powers because she's a wizard, you know. So she has that ability. So before we continue with more figure arts, let's jump back to this whole Storm Collectibles thing. So we all know that Storm Collectibles is pretty big with like gaming figure lines, and Mortal Kombat and Fighter have been their top two. Go ahead, Vinny.
Oh yeah. I was about to say not just with video game lines, but fighting game, games in general,
Yeah.
like Justice, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Darkstalkers, etc. Guilty Gear recently.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, all like arcadish type fighting games, but Mortal Kombat is like one of the most classic type of games like that, and word going around now is supposedly they lost the license to Mortal Kombat, which a lot of collectors are not happy with, and it is pretty shitty, and it's like,
Yeah,
geez, like what the hell?
because Mortal Kombat was one of the reasons Storm Collectibles ended up in every collector's radar.
Yeah,
Because back then we didn't really get any good Mortal Kombat collectibles until they came around.
yeah, yeah,
They were quintessential to any Mortal Kombat collection. They had great articulation, they had great detail, great paint application. They hooked you up with a bunch of accessories.
they did.
Yeah. Granted, their problem was that they released too many ninjas. Like, we were sorely lacking in female characters.
I don't
And it
even
looks like
think
Shiva.
they made one. Shiva, right? That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, Shiva
That's
is
what
the
they made.
first and looks like it's going to be the last one.
Yeah, this isn't like 100% factual, but it does seem like this is what's going to be happening because they took all their Mortal Kombat stuff off their website too, and that's not a good sign. So
Boo.
for yeah, for all you Mortal Kombat Storm fans, not good news. Maybe Jada
Yeah.
Toys picked up the license. I know there's a third party company making a really badass Sub-Zero, so we're just gonna have to see and see what's gonna go on with this.
What was the
Yeah,
figures
exactly.
what were the figures from Storm Collectibles that you guys specifically wanted, like, were looking forward to seeing? Because I know that the Storm Collectibles line is like such a, sorry, the Mortal Kombat line with Storm Collectibles was such a massive hit, as I know.
The
Me,
characters I wanted the most were Kitana and Melina, just a female ninjas.
and they
But,
could
like,
could have done the same thing with the male ninjas with the female ninjas, pretty much.
You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
I guess thinking about it too, if they had the licensing, to Mortal Kombat, then we probably could have gotten Spawn from them, like an actual like high quality version of that
Yeah.
figure. That would have been dope.
That's what I was hoping
One of the
for.
few good things that comes from McFartlane.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a shame that's happening. But continuing on, we're gonna move over. Only one figure here from Figma, another gaming figure, but it's the Tears of the Kingdom Link. And to me, every time we get a Link figure from Figma, they absolutely kill it. Like the Twilight Princess Link, that was one of the best figures I think they made. That was a super
Oh,
fun figure.
oh, that Twilight Princess Link is a fantastic figure.
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
the DX version.
Like Max Factory, good smile. They're always nailing the video game stuff.
Yeah.
They always nail it, and this Tears of the Kingdom Link does not look like an exception. Like it looks like a really fun figure, fantastic. And the deluxe version comes with a lot more accessories,
Oh,
and
yeah.
all those
Like a shit
accessories.
ton.
Yeah, they give you a lot of accessories to make you recreate so many things you could do in the game Tears of the Kingdom.
It really looks like with this figure, they really fixed up those old Figma knee joints and such. I don't know if they did that before with previous releases, but the knee joints here look a lot better.
Oh yeah, they do. Cause yeah,
They
we
definitely
used to
do.
have that single jointed knee with the Twilight Princess one,
Yeah,
if I
that
recall.
looks double jointed now. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, yeah, that definitely is double jointed.
That's definitely double jointed. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I love how you can holster pretty much all of his weapons too. Like you look at it, you're like, Jesus, he has like six
Uh,
different things on there.
just like in the game, you can holster a bunch of weapons.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I never played the game, but I mean, Link's just such a dope character in general, and
I've
Yeah.
played Breath of the Wild, but I haven't played Tears of the Kingdom yet. I want to though. Like I really genuinely want to get to that at some point, but I need to finish this one thing of Breath of the Wild before I move on to that.
Tears of the Kingdom is a fantastic game. It's like one of my favorite Switch games of all time.
Awesome.
Honestly, even if you're not a big fan of Legend of Zelda, I still think in general that it's a great game.
One of my friends doesn't like Breath of the Wild specifically because of the fact that the weapons break and such, and I'm just like I don't I don't think that I don't feel like that ruins the game, but for him I guess it does. Do we have that same problem with Tears of the Kingdom where the weapons breaking and such?
The weapons will break, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Alrighty.
that's if you use them too much, they break, and you gotta like fix them.
Yeah.
If you used them to, if you like used them too much on enemies and stuff, if you just wave it in the air, it's not gonna break like that. But against enemies and using it on trees and stuff, yeah, it will break.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So next here, I know this is favorite character of Champ. Mayfax finally put up promo pics of their comic version 2099 Spider-Man. I don't know how you. I think it looks fine. I'm not a big 2099 Spider-Man fan, but a lot of people are kind of losing their shit over it. So
They're losing.
I think
What's there to not like about it? I mean, it looks like a very fun figure. I'm
Well, yeah,
probably not going to pick it up.
I'm
I think it's
just
just the
not a
pricing of
fan.
it.
Yeah, I'm just not I'm not a huge fan of that version of Spider-Man. Like I don't really know too much about him, so I'm not that into that character. I didn't say the figure looked bad. I mean,
Oh,
the figure
okay.
looks great. Yeah, like Mayfax always kills it with their comic book stuff, so you know this one's probably going to turn out just as good as their other comic book Spider-Man or Marvel figures because they absolutely do kill it with that with their comic versions of characters.
Which
the Spider-Man 2099 figure looks gorgeous. I love the darker blue it has. It makes him match the
Yeah.
comic book a little bit more since his costume is technically supposed to be black. It just has blue highlights.
Yeah, yeah. They kind of did that with Venom.
but
I mean, he was still black,
yeah.
but
the,
Yeah, they also did that with Venom.
the thing that I think is really well done on it is the cape. I don't know how they did it, but it's just like the way that they have the webbing in the background and such for him. It looks really clean, better than anything that Marvel Legends has put together when it came to their renditions of the comic book 2099.
Absolutely.
what the
Like the
little
cape.
webs hanging off?
Yeah, the way that the webs hang. I feel like it's like
Yeah.
it's two separate pieces and such, like some for the top or the bottom and such.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
it is.
Spider-Man 2099's cape is always supposed to look tattered. A lot of companies just do not get that right, but they
Yeah.
got it right here with this figure. It looks like a tattered webbed mess because it's supposed to help him glide around and stuff, and I'm glad they nailed that look. And,
Yeah.
and one thing I want to talk about with this figure real quick, people have been complaining that he looks too slim. That's how he always looked in the comics.
They're
He's
doing that
had
with,
a
like,
similar
every
body.
comic character,
There's
though.
been-
They're saying it with Daredevil. They keep saying it with everybody. It's like, bro,
To
come
be
on.
fair, it's like what
Yeah.
it is that I think a lot of people's perception of 2099 comes from either Spider-Verse or Edge of Time. And then it's like and it's like in those renditions, I feel like he was a lot more muscular in those. So when they see the comic book version, it's like, wait, why is he not muscular? That's what it is, I think.
But then maybe might be people who don't read the comic books then, because they were saying that about Daredevil, but Daredevil always had like that lanky look, so
Yeah.
he wasn't like a huge built dude, you know? Same with Spider-Man. Spider-Man's always been like smaller. I mean, he was still muscular. Same with Daredevil. Daredevil's always had like a lanky-ish look. So people keep complaining about how they look, but it's how they looked in the comic books, which is what these versions are, the comic book versions of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think. I
So
mean, anytime there's a release, people just hate to hate. I mean, what can you do?
Yeah.
yeah, they always try to pick out little things that they don't feel like it should have been, or but that's how they were made. That's how they looked in the comics then. So now let's head back to a lot of actually wait. Oh yeah. So SH Monster Arts before we get into Figure Arts. I think we have a couple third party stuff after this.
Mhm.
We are going to be getting another -1 Godzilla, but this time it's the black and white version
Yeah.
since we got the
The-
black and white version of the movie.
It is known as the minus color version because that's the name of the black and white movie, minus color.
Yeah.
So, my thoughts on this one, I am cautiously optimistic. The first -1 Monster Arts disappointed me. Like that's a ridiculously mediocre figure. 5 out of freaking 10. The paint job was not how it should have been, and I shit you not, the eyes on the thing. What I shit you not. One of the eyes was printed off sculpt. Like instead of being printed on the socket, it was printed on partly on the cheek.
Ooh. Well, remember we had the issue with the cockeyed or crooked eyes with the 2014 Godzilla, and the first time we got it, it was horrible. The second time they fixed it up a little bit from King of the Monsters. I think they fixed it then. But when we got the 2014 one, everybody's eyes, they look like damn chameleon. So you're saying this one, when they printed the eyes on, it's like some of them are getting them printed too low. And
Yes. Yeah,
that
some of
should
them are
not be
getting printed too
happening.
low.
And what was the retail for it? Like $120
$140.
Yeah, that shouldn't be happening.
$140.
Over $100. That should not be happening.
The teeth paint was terrible too. So
Oh, that's another thing I can't stand.
yeah, so I have every reason to reserve my thoughts for this figure because listen, I have faith. If you somehow manage to mess up a black and white color scheme, you need to be fired. Yeah.
Well, it seems like what the main issues with it is the paint on the teeth and the eyes. So that seems like what the main issues are with the first one. So this is where they should fix those issues.
Yeah, this is where they can course correct because this figure is the same price as the previous -1 figure. So if there's no course correction, we're gonna have a problem.
Right.
Like the prototype, it looks good. The promotional pictures, it looks good. But so did the prototype for the original -1 Godzilla release. And look at how the final product turned out.
Did you look at the other reviews of that -1 Godzilla figure? Was it just your copy, or was it just that other people have the same problem?
Multiple people had the same problem. It was a consistent issue across the board.
Yeah.
It was a consistent issue across the board.
That's how it was with the 2014 Godzilla with the eyes. Everybody's eyes were painted all jacked up, and people were so pissed off at that.
It wasn't even the eyes. Like for some reason, there was red on his face for some reason. And,
which one? The 2014 or this?
Yeah, the 2014 Godzilla. He had red paint on his face for no reason.
That's weird.
Yeah. That was like that on the 2014 Godzilla. So I'm not sure what's going on with Monster Arts with the Godzilla releases. Like some of their Godzilla figures have turned out great, like Godzilla 1972. That's a great release that came out recently. Gigan 72. That's also another great release. So they can do good. It's just that they are annoyingly inconsistent with every single release. When it comes to quality. So hopefully minus color version of Godzilla turns out good. But overall, I'm saving my thoughts until I get the figure in hand.
Yeah, like they can do good monster figures. Like what we were saying before the podcast, their Kongs have been great. Every single one so far. So, and hopefully they announce some goddamn figures for Kong and Godzilla. Exactly. Because we haven't got anything from them besides these damn repaints. So
yeah, the repaints hardly count. Like, where's Godzilla Evolved? Where's Beast Glove Kong? Where's Shiba? Where's Scar King? Like, come on.
Yeah, damn Tamashi.
For real.
At least Hiya Toys is doing something. Um,
Ohio Toys is doing great right now.
yeah, so we have some third-party stuff here.
which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, so we have the Tonson Arts Future Trunks that we've been getting renders of with all of his accessories, and this is looking very promising. What do you think of it, Starblast?
Basically, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also skeptical because the thing is, this is Townsend Arts. I like actually now thinking about it. Other than like, we haven't actually received a Townsend Arts like action figure yet, so I don't know how the quality of
Yeah.
this is going to be, how it's going to feel in hand when you articulate it. I'm like, hoping it would be something
Hmm.
like of demonical fit quality, or which is actually been more consistent in Figuarts lately. But a man can dream. I don't like.
Well,
I
are we
think that it
getting
looks
this
dope.
first or the Kid Buu?
We're getting the Kid Buu first because that went up for pre-order months ago. So,
Yeah,
but
so
we still
we'll
have
see.
yeah, we still don't have it yet. We'll find out whether or not
Yeah,
like how they are.
how
We'll
their
figure out how they are
quality will
about
be.
yeah, how the quality will be at that time that comes out. But honestly, like assuming the best out of this Trunks, this looks like a fantastic release because you
Hmm.
basically get all of these accessories with this Trunks that I'm absolutely amazed over. You get there's two different versions of this Trunks, and the difference in accessories between the two of them is that one of them has like the purple hair, and then one of them has like the more magenta-ish type of hair based off of how his color hair he had based off the hair he had in the manga and such.
Okay.
But a couple different accessories that they included is that on the regular Future Trunks, which I think is weird. I think that they have a different Super Saiyan front hair piece, which you do get like a wavy hair version of Super Saiyan and such, right? On the regular one, but
Hmm.
then on the other Trunks, you don't get that wavy hair thing for his base form head. It's like it comes without. I'm not like I'm pretty sure like they like there's some accessories that you only get with each of them, but other than that, you do get like a ton of accessories with this Taunts and Arts Trunks. That the accessory of him taking off his jacket, this like super like sword swinging accessory with like the energy coming off the wind coming off the sword. Just
Yeah.
the amount of array
Pockets
of
and hands in the pockets.
hands in the pockets too, and
Yeah.
then the gorgeous array of faces that you get for each of the forms. Like this sets a bar. If Tamashii Nations is
Yeah.
gonna go and release like another Trunks figure, they're gonna really have a hard time, assuming that the quality control of this is going to be good and not having any problems we'd have to tolerate. But this is going to this figure really has potential to set the bar to where even if
Yeah.
Tamashii Nations was to release a Trunks figure like this, it wouldn't be as good as the Tonson Arts. Yeah,
The Tonson Arts is setting a high standard for Bandai to follow.
yeah, and my man, it's like I'm looking forward to this figure. I'm really, really hoping it's a good figure.
I hope so too. Like we were saying, we'll see how the Kid Buu is. If the quality on that's good, then we know the Trunks is going to be straight fire. And a lot of people are super hyped for this Trunks, and I'm just really excited for Tonson Arts' figures in general because their head sculpt sets have been like they're so good and incredibly accurate, and they just bring a lot of detail into their face sculpts. And like we were saying, we get 5 face sculpts for each hair sculpt, 5 for the Super Saiyan, 5 for the Power Down. So that's 10 alternate faces, so they're really hooking it up with accessories. It's like when we first got Android 17 and 18 with all the accessories they were included with. That's like what this Trunks is like.
Absolutely, but like, any other thoughts on the Trunks before we move on to the other third-party release?
I got nothing to add to it other than it looks like a fantastic release, or at least it's looking to be like a fantastic release.
Okay, so moving on, we have the Beast Deities Broly, and Sean, you want to go ahead and talk about this Broly?
So we're getting 3 different versions. I'm guessing one of them is going to be regular, like Super Saiyan.
Hmm.
And I'm guessing one of them is going to be Super Saiyan 3. I don't know what the other one's going to be, though. Maybe Super Saiyan 4? Or maybe another Super Saiyan with different hair
I
color
think it
or
is
something?
no, I think it is Super Saiyan 4 because if I'm not mistaken, didn't they show off like a render of Super Saiyan 4 like a few months ago?
That wasn't Demonical Fit. That was Beast Deities.
I
I
think it
mean,
was
they
Beast
did.
Deities, yeah.
5K did just show the face sculpts that we're getting with the Broly. I don't know if you saw that yet.
I did see that, yeah.
Yeah, so we're getting the basic, the sadistic, smiling, crazy face sculpt. What is that? A smirking one, and then we do get a yelling, screaming one. So we're getting 4 different face sculpts
Yeah.
with the Broly. And you know what? It's good that they're doing this because we have gotten 3 different versions from Figuarts of Broly. So we got the first one, then we got 2 exclusives, which were just repaints. But if you look at the price of all 3 of those on the secondary market, you're paying well over 200 or $250, maybe even $300. So it's good that they're doing this, especially for new collectors in the line. Even if you have the Broly's, just getting Beast Deities and seeing them doing like a bigger figure. Because I don't think they ever done like a bigger figure like this before either. I think we
No.
mainly gotten like, yeah, like regular size characters from Dragon Ball. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do a bigger figure, and I'm definitely going to pick it up. I don't know what version I'm going to get though, but it's definitely cool to see. Like I said, we're going to be getting the regular Super Saiyan version, most likely a Super Saiyan 3, and we're guessing Super Saiyan 4, but we're not sure. But it's cool to get these non-canon versions of characters. That is something I love about Beast Deities.
There is a couple things that I'm think that like that I've seen a few people like criticize about this Broly. It's something, and it
Yeah.
was, I think Fairy Tail Customs commented on that post saying that the hair was a little bit off. They wanted, like he's saying that they wanted them to like fix up the hair sculpt on this Broly in order to really get this in order to I guess give it a more better Z look, I suppose. Um and so I don't mind how the hair looks. I think it's unique. So I think it's pretty cool. My whole thing that I'm slightly
Yeah.
bummed out about is that we don't get a facial expression of where he's like angry teeth gritted, similar to how we saw it in the poster for the VHS tape, which I thought would have been dope if we can recreate
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But my
Yeah, because
no, go ahead.
usually they give you like 6 faces with their figures, so we're only getting 4
Yeah.
with them.
That's true. But my biggest concern here is actually with the shoulders. So one of the things that the regular SH Figuarts Broly got right is that the broad shoulders, they're like huge. They stick up. This one does not. These shoulders don't look like they really stick up as much in the same way as it did, and that was one of the things that really just made muscular suit legendary Super Saiyan Broly incredibly imposing. It's the problem here
Yeah.
is that he has proper anatomy. Don't get me wrong, but it needs but for Broly in his muscular form, I feel like it needs to be a little bit more exaggerated.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They tried to make it look more normal, I guess. Like they didn't try to overdo it, which is
yeah.
what I see from here. Oh, yeah, I like it.
Maybe like when you actually pose the figure around, you can actually you can actually mess with the butterfly joint enough to get the shoulders a little higher. But I don't know if it's gonna mess with
Probably.
like the overall like silhouette of the figure or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I know Sean, the other Sean is looking forward to this Broly. He's been meaning like he's been patiently waiting on the Brolys to like get released and such. So this is very exciting news.
Yeah, I remember with the Demonical Fit episode, he was like, he wanted the Demonical Fit one, but now we're probably not going to get it. At least we're getting a Beast Deities one, you know?
Absolutely. Mariozilla, your thoughts?
I think it looks like a great and the figure. Definitely nice to have, especially with all the other Brolys on the market with crazy high prices as of right now. And you got your options in case you want a different version of Broly, like the Super Saiyan 3 hair sculpt, for example. I probably will want to get that one. That'd be because it's not every day you see a Super Saiyan 3 version of Broly.
Yeah, the last time we got a Super Saiyan 3 sculpt of Broly was like from this other third party company. I forgot what they're even called. I bought one a while back, but it was a used one and they ripped off the bangs of the hair and it just did not come out very good. Um
Yeah.
but anyways,
What was that company?
I
I
don't
know what
I
you're
don't even
talking
remember.
about.
I have the box store. It's somewhere. I don't know where.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Yeah,
moving
a
on.
lot of people are buying that.
Yeah, but
But
moving
yeah,
on.
let's move on.
Let's talk about Figuarts. and the Figuarts with their new Dragon Ball releases. First off, let's talk about this Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, which I'm pointing at right here in the video. You guys can't see. This Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Why is this the same exact? Okay, so hair sculpts look good. Why is this the same exact mold that we've been begging Tamashii Nations to go ahead and update for years at this point? Like,
yeah.
I think.
And how messed up is it that they announced this new version right after the 15th anniversary version releases?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that one you had to pay $100 for.
Uh-huh.
And then this one's what? Probably going to be 35. Like, it looks nice. I mean, the 2.0 body is nice. But we need a goddamn updated 3.0 body, especially for Vegeta and Goku. I mean, Vegeta's ankle joints suck. They need to update.
Double ball peg ankles don't work.
No, but this is like, but the thing is, double ball peg ankles on some figures are better than on Vegeta, like Goku Black, for example.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the way that they integrate it. It's at an awkward angle that makes it to where it's like the articulate. Let me just pull this out. Why? Whose foot articulates like these, right? Like that doesn't work. How are you supposed to get articulation and such out of this thing? It doesn't even articulate, get good ankle pivot. It just goes off to the side, making these ankles suck. Well, my bad. Let me go ahead.
Yeah, they don't work good on Vegeta. Like Goku, they work good on. Like you said, Goku Black, they work good on. Certain characters it works good on, but not Vegeta. Vegeta needs some updates just on his figure in general. The new face and the hair sculpt, the color blue is even really nice on it. And people were asking me, like, what's your problem with the 2.0 body? I'm like, nothing, but Vegeta needs an update. It's been how many years? Even Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Goku have like that 3.0 body mold, and his ankle joints are much better on the Super Saiyan 4, you know? And it's
exactly.
He needs it on his main body, which is that Saiyan armor one. So they're doing like what I've been saying constantly. They keep Goku and Vegeta in the 2.0 body mold for reissues and for reasons like this with this Vegeta, so they could do stuff like that. And so they don't have to make a new body mold or re-engineer him or anything. It's an easy, pretty much like giving you a repaint or something. That's all it pretty much is, and they just want to keep capitalizing off it. And it's like, come on, you guys got to switch to that 3.0 body at some point. I mean, all these other characters are getting it, but your two main big characters, Vegeta and Goku, you're pushing it off on them so you could just keep generating money off the same shit. And it annoys some collectors. You know, not everybody gets annoyed by it, but I mean, we're getting to that point where it's like, come on already.
But what's even more annoying is the fact that we know that they can absolutely do it because they've already done it on their Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Look at these ankles. Yeah. They absolutely can make it work. Saying. You know, there you go. And this, look at this sculpting. This has much more complexity to the sculpt of his boots than the actual regular Saiyan armor Vegeta does. So absolutely, they just need to do it and get it over with. Like I feel like once they change the mold and such, we're not going to be having that same. I don't think we would be having as many issues with it if with this being the same mold if it wasn't for the fact that those ankles just had such a prominent issue with posability. You know, like I don't think that a lot of people would mind that if they were like, for example, the Ultra Instinct Goku figure, like that Toyotaro edition. It's a 2.0 mold. But people are still happy with getting it, even though it's basically the same body mold as this one, because this body mold is still fairly good. Even though it's double ball peg and such, the ankles you can still get a decent amount of playability at. A lot of people did not mind the fact that this was a 2.0 release, even though they had shown that they had the ability to make a 3.0 release. So yeah. Which, by the way, actually, speaking of which, I'm really hoping Demonical Fit makes a 3.0 version of this, because I'm actually kind of a little salty I didn't get the Toyotaro version.
Yeah, I didn't get it yet either, so I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but
yeah, it's like $100 or so right now.
But like with Goku, like his Saiyan Raised on Earth body, that needs an update. Like how they did the Super Saiyan 4 Goku. They could easily do that with a 3.0 Goku body mold with his regular gi. So
we've
they
already
have to
made
do it eventually. Go ahead, Vinny.
we've already made it past the transition between 2.0 and 3.0.
Yeah.
The past is then, the future is now. These characters desperately need a 3.0 update, especially Goku and Vegeta, especially because it was demoniacal fit, right? They already set their standard with the 3.0 Goku were released that they came out with.
That's the best powered down version of Goku and
Yeah.
6-inch scale. And they're
Yeah.
they're taking their sweet ass time giving us a proper 3.0 body mold. Like I
Yeah,
said, not
seriously.
everybody. Yeah, like I said, not everybody's getting fed up with it, but a lot of people are, including us.
Yeah, exactly.
Next, I know this is kind of old. We have the SH Figuarts GT Trunks.
Which honestly, that looks like a dope figure. Okay, the entire thing about this figure that a lot of people mostly talk about is the tail. The fact that it's including a tail for Kid Goku.
Trunks? Oh yeah.
Yeah, man thought I was saying Trunks has a tail.
Yeah, the way you were wording it, I'm like, wait, the
No.
Yeah. That's the main reason this figure is even probably going to get orders in the first place. It's for the tail for Goku.
Nah, I think there's a lot of people that like GT enough, and if they got the Kid Goku, they'd probably want to have the Trunks to go with it in the pan whenever they get around to releasing that.
Yeah.
I do remember seeing the prototype for this Trunks back at New York Comic Con, and I thought it looked pretty good for a first time seeing it, and it looks pretty good here as well. Like, of course, GT is not the best Dragon Ball series, but we can no doubt say that the character designs of the characters were pretty cool designs, and Trunks is no exception to that.
I'm passing on it.
Yeah.
I never been a big fan of this version of Trunks. Like, the figure looks fine. It's probably gonna be a good figure, but yeah, I don't need it.
I'm mostly hoping that you can take the Super Saiyan Trunks head from the new 3.0 Trunks and put it on this body. If you can't, well then I'm gonna be pretty sad. Because I do think that, like, at the very least, what this Trunks provides is some pretty decent head swaps that you can do with the 3.0 Trunks if they're compatible with one another. Because then you get more faces and such for Trunks in the base form that they can be swapped around. And that's what I am mostly excited for this figure, really.
We don't have a Super Saiyan hair sculpt with this Trunks, right?
No, we don't. Even though Trunks went Super Saiyan a few times. That's why I'm hoping for that cross compatibility.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, looking forward to this Trunks. Let me know if you guys picked it up. Moving on to the next release. You want to jump over? What do we jump into now?
It's just the rest is Figuarts. So next is Spider-Punk. I know this was announced like a couple weeks ago, but this is one a lot of people have been wanting, Spider-Punk from Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, like that. I noticed that's like been the most that Spider. Sorry, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You finish.
No, I already did.
Okay, Spider-Punk has like been the most. I feel like been one of the most popular Spider-Man out of all of the other like characters in Spider-Verse. Like so many people loved it, and like it's cool that they're actually making a figure of him now. Like they did reveal this like this figure like months and months ago. I think at a convention, which I can't remember. So finally, seeing how it has like alternate heads and such for this figure, pretty good. And it comes with a guitar, which is great. But so I'm assuming this figure is like probably gonna be still like $90-$100 or something like that because of the Spider-Man licensing or something like that.
Probably. It seems like all the Across the Spider-Verse stuff is pretty pricey.
Yeah. Which I mean, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna pass on it. It's just not within my budget. I can't do it.
Yeah, same here. I'm not like I like Spider-Man, but I'm not too crazy about him now. I'm more of a Venom guy.
Yes, Venom's dope.
I will definitely be picking the figure up. I have the first 3 Spider-Verse figures already, Miles, Gwen, and Miguel O'Hara. So I'm definitely going to get this too.
Yeah, you have to.
Get this too. Yeah, I have to get it, and I want to get it. And not just even if I did have the other figures, I would still get this anyway because Spider-Punk was one of my favorite characters in the movie. So even if I did not have the complete set, I would have still grabbed it.
Yeah, but since you're already there, no turning back now.
Oh yeah, no, I am too deep into rabbit hole.
Yeah,
I do want to.
Might as well.
I do want to talk about that Sage Mode Naruto here in a sec, but before we do, I just realized there's a couple more things in terms of Dragon Ball that we just need to finish, and that's the fact that they're re-releasing a bunch of figures, and that is they're re-releasing this guy, the Ultra Instinct Goku. Then they're also re-releasing the Vegeta, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the Gohan, and the $35 Goku Black.
Superhero Vegeta. Yeah, that's the word going around that we're getting these 5 reissues, which is good, especially the Instinct Goku, because that's gotten pretty pricey. Same with Gohan. Vegeta is still like around retail, so that's kind of odd. Same with the Goku Black.
You can still
And
find
then,
the thing is you can still find that Vegeta, I think, on Premium Bandai. So
probably,
I think you still can. Yeah, I think it's still available.
Yeah, and the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, they just keep reissuing like crazy. Before we get into Sage Mode Naruto, I feel like we should save that for last. There's
okay.
Ahsoka. We're going to be getting Ahsoka, which she looks really good compared to the Mafex one. I mean, they both look really good, but like the face sculpts are so on point with her. And then they keep teasing news about the SH Figure Arts Giyu from Demon Slayer. We still haven't gotten an announced release date for him yet, so I don't know what the hell they're doing. But for the last 2 figures here, so we finally got our first look at the SH Figure Arts Yu Yu Hakusho Yusuke, and a lot of people are just super hyped about this.
Yusuke.
I'm currently watching it right now, so I'm not like going too crazy. I don't know how you are with that series, Vinny, Yu Yu Hakusho.
I literally started watching it as soon as the figure art was announced to me, because if it's that hyped up, I'm like, I gotta know what's up.
From what I understand,
classic anime.
Yu Yu Hakusho. The thing that I've watched up to episode 20 of it. But the thing is, and I guess I stopped a little bit too early because people keep saying that the this arc called the Dark Tournament arc is one of the best tournaments in all of fiction. Apparently, even better than
that's
like
what
they
people
like to
tell me too. Yeah,
like I've never like personally. I feel like that's a difficult bar to. It's a difficult bar to break because Dragon Ball's arcs when it comes to tournaments are so good. So
yeah. Well, this was coming out around the same time as Dragon Ball, I believe. You can just tell from the
at least in the West, yeah.
Yeah.
But I've seen other people say that the faceplates and such for this Yusuke is just not as good as the tongue one. Sorry, yeah. I almost said something else.
Tongue. You
mean
that's model?
Yeah, Dasen model. Okay, I'm sorry. I was wow. The tongue takes me back. Yeah, Dasen model.
I think that's where the Super Saiyan 3 Broly was. It was Daton. Wasn't it?
No, that's Kong.
I believe it was
the head sculpt.
No, that's not. That wasn't the tongue.
No. Oh, that wasn't the tongue.
What were you saying, Vinny?
No. I was trying to say that was probably the tongue, but it looks like it's not.
Yeah, Dasen made a couple characters from Yu Yu Hakusho, and they used like cloth clothing.
You know what? I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. You guys keep talking about that. I'm gonna look in my stuff, see if I can find that through Super Saiyan 3 Pro.
We're about to jump up. We're about to jump over to the Naruto figure.
I thought you were going to talk about Ahsoka.
Yusuke?
I thought you were going to talk about the Star Wars stuff.
No, we already talked about those. I just brushed through them real quickly.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. All right, fine. All right,
moving on. We'll do it at the end. So, yeah, well, let's talk about Naruto and the whole thing here. So, go ahead. Starblast.
Okay, first off, we got this Sage Mode Naruto looks fantastic. 2 Rasengans, Shuriken, like fantastic. Now, it's using the same exact sculpt of this it's using the exact same sculpt. It has new faceplates which all look great, and it's also using the exact same sculpt as the previous Naruto release, which looks really good. So you'd think that the pricing of this would not be very good. It's $90. What the heck? What is going on here?
And a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's because of the cloth." I'm like, no. If you look at Itachi,
that is not an excuse.
It's not the cloth.
Yeah, it's not. If you look at Itachi, he's 8,400 yen, which is here. I got it all priced out here because even Makima has cloth, and then the new Gohan. So Itachi's $55 US, Makima's $50 US, and then Gohan's $46 US. So why in the hell is this Sage Mode Naruto $90 freaking dollars.
So my whole thing about this, and this is not saying that I'm siding with it being $90, but I think that the justification for them that they were thinking with it being $90 is the fact that he's included with, it's not just the cloth, but he also is included with the Rasen Shuriken, 2 Rasengans and such, and then it's like and then it's like on the back of the cloth thing you have like the what's it called, that big scroll. That big gigantic scroll. This figure is decked out in a bunch of accessories. I don't think it's worth being $90. I think it's one of those things that because the fact that this figure is a premium Bandai exclusive, it ultimately
They're
gets
taking advantage.
No, well, it's not the taking advantage. It's whatever idiot who's running premium Bandai still needs to get fired and such, because basically they're still doing this thing where they're making if this figure is 9,000 yen, it's $90. No, 9,000 yen is not $90. They're not doing math correctly. They need to be.
You see how much Hobby Genki is charging, right?
Yeah, $70. Like $70, which is reasonable. And then, that's how much it should be.
And with the $90, that's not even including their rip-off shipping. Isn't their shipping like $15?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So you're paying over $100 for this figure from Premium Bandai. I was about to pre-order it, then I saw the price, and I was like, no, I'm not buying it from them. F that. I'll probably go to Hobby Genki, or maybe wait or something. It makes me not want to buy the figure with that price point. It's like, come on, it's not the cloth clothing. I understand. Because even the regular Naruto does come with a Rasengan. So -1 Rasengan on there. So you get another Rasengan. Then you have the Rasen Shuriken. And then the scroll. So they're
can't help but feel like
overcharging.
To be fair, I can't help but to feel like this new Rasengan that we're getting is newly sculpted and such. But yeah, I don't think that's an excuse.
Most likely, yeah.
I don't think that's a reason.
Yeah, I like $70 definitely seems like the price it should have been. Even 75 I would have been okay with.
Well, it is. It's just the premium Bandai people can't do math.
Yeah, I feel like
take them back to school.
Taking advantage of collectors. Yeah, it's called.
Well, no, it's not even school. It's called Google.
You can just look on Google.
Yeah, calculate the currency.
That's how I do it.
There you go.
Yeah, it's just Vinny. What do you think of all this?
That price is not nice. I did not mean to rhyme, but I did.
That price is not nice.
Do you collect the Naruto line? I don't know if I can't remember if you do.
I have not, no. But
okay,
all I could say is this kind of discourages me to collect from the line. It looks really good. The accessories look really good. This figure just looks fantastic.
It is a really good figure. The regular one is. It's super fun.
Yeah, exactly. And the cloth should make it cheaper, not more expensive.
Yeah, honestly, this Naruto line, this line looks fantastic, but dang, it's like, I'm honestly, it's just like because of like there's just a lot of things that they're doing with this line. This Naruto line is good. But it's like I'm not as much into Naruto as much anyway, so it's like that's, if you notice on my Instagram, I've been selling a bunch of my Naruto stuff. So
yeah, I saw. I'm not like. I sold my Obito because I've never been a fan of his character. I just got it to make like a video of him. But for Naruto, I'm just going to buy like my favorite characters. One Piece, I'm going to try to buy every character. Like Kaido was just too damn expensive. And I hope they don't keep doing these goddamn Premium Bandai exclusives now with the frickin' Naruto line. Like, I hate that they do it with the Dragon Ball line, and it's like every other Dragon Ball release is a goddamn Premium Bandai. And it's so annoying.
And it's upfront order only, and if you can't afford it, you're stuck with Big Bad Toy Store and have to pay more money for it. Yeah, sure. You don't pay for all of it up front. You still got to pay more money for it anyway.
Because it's like
because $20 or $40.
Because it's like, because ultimately, like if you're ordering from Big Bad Toy Store and such, they're basically getting the figures from Premium Bandai themselves. So in order for them to make a profit, they bring the price even higher.
Yep.
So it's like,
it's a shame.
Yeah. So
I'm telling you, it's getting harder and harder to be a figure collector of specific lines. That's why with the Dragon Ball line, I don't really buy. Like I used to buy every figure, but I do not anymore.
This is one
The-
specific thing about Premium Bandai that I think that they should be taking advantage of. So the fact of the matter is, they're re-releasing a bunch of figures already as it is. If they have Premium Bandai, they're not locked in to exclusivity and such with certain figures. If they wanted to at some point re-release figures, they absolutely could. You know, like so like that Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta 15th anniversary edition, that was re-released because people wanted to get that figure back, and so they re-released it on Premium Bandai. They can re-release a ton.
$100.
Yeah, but the case in point, they are able to re-release their figures at any point that they want, that they choose to. Like for example, the Figuarts Cooler or the Figuarts Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. All of these all of these like Premium Bandai exclusive, they can easily be re-released, but they don't. They don't do it.
So the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta was. The reason it was chosen to be reissued was because of a vote. Guess what else? So Super Saiyan Vegeta was technically a regular release. It was not a web exclusive. Guess what other figures were available to vote for? Jace, and he was a web exclusive. So Bandai does have the power to re-release these figures, whether it be in new colors or new packaging, whatever. They're just choosing to be really stupid about it.
Or add a stupid small circular base and charge an extra $50 and make the figure double. Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. That's
Exactly.
all they added. And then they added a slipcover, and that was it. It's like, really? That was... Because the original figure, I think, was like $50. So you guys are going to charge double? To me, that's like a slap in the face to collectors, and then bam, here's this new Vegeta. Ha ha. Got you. That's what I feel like they're doing.
It's like back then, 100 years ago, when people demanded a reissue or repaint of the original Super Saiyan Vegeta released from the 1.0 line. They finally did a premium color version, and then like 2 months later they announced a 2.0 Super Saiyan Vegeta.
Yeah, slap in the face.
It's literally the same exact situation.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
They literally did this last year with the exclusive Awakening Goku with the transparent hair and the better paint work and such. And then next thing you know, here they make the 3.0 Goku right after.
Here's the legendaries. Yeah, exactly. They do that all the time.
Exactly.
And they're laughing in our faces as they do it because we're all suckers and we're buying all this shit. Because you don't know, you don't know what they have planned next, so you're like, oh, I better get it so I don't miss it again, or I sold mine, so I got to rebuy it.
I bet it's that mentality, like I gotta get it, otherwise I'm paying aftermarket for it, and aftermarket can really bite you in the ass.
Yeah, they're really doing some sneaky, snaky BS to us, and we're just eating right out
so
their hands
shady.
too. Yeah, it really is. It's screwed up.
It's FMO.
Yeah, I know.
It's all a ploy on FMO, the fear of missing out. That's what FMO means.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I had to stop playing Fortnite, because I kind of had that problem with Fortnite. Like you got to get that battle pass stuff right now, or otherwise like you're not gonna get these skins ever again.
Dude, I had that same problem with when the Spider-Man stuff was coming out for Fortnite.
Oh gosh, yeah, that was like I can't play Fortnite anymore because it's way too easy to get sucked into to that whole thing, and then next thing you know, like the fear of missing out, like you don't want.
That's why that's partly one of the reasons I chose to mostly quit the Mezco line, because I'm tired of always having the fear of missing out on certain lines, and I'm tired of getting bullied for finding a figure for a good price when I ask around for one.
Yeah. Mezco collector's horrible. Oh my god.
I know.
Mezco, I pretty much quit their line. I just paid for my last.
I don't blame you.
Couple pre-orders, and I haven't pre-ordered anything from them since. So I'm done with them. You. Same with like the Dragon Ball line. I'm only getting like my favorites, and that's it. I'm not gonna go all out like how I used to. And go ahead.
Don't be like me, who collects every single individual Dragon Ball release.
That's like Starblast too.
I have almost every single one.
Yeah,
I have almost every single one.
Yeah, that whole collection, you probably have a nice chunk of money right there.
I do. Yeah.
Any chance you have an extra Toyotaro Goku?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
He's like, I missed that one myself.
If I did have an extra, I would have definitely hooked you up.
I appreciate it. Okay.
How much
uh,
are you looking to spend on it?
How much am I looking to? I guess retail price. I don't know.
Like 100? Isn't it like $100?
Wait, is it $100? Never mind.
Yeah, that's like
The-
what
the-
it is.
the-
I
yeah.
can't.
Like-
I still
like
can't
the-
believe
like
that
the-
figure goes for $100. Like this was 60.
Yeah.
This was $60. So you're telling me like an extra hair piece, and then the book makes it worth 100.
Yeah, that's the shit they've been doing.
like
That's
with
what's
Naruto.
pissing me off about them. Yeah, with Vegeta, that's what they keep doing, and we're just letting that shit slide. And I'm trying to like wake people up.
I need pictures of each and every single one of the page of the book. How many pages are there in that thing?
I think it's just showing.
Let me see.
I think it just
see.
shows all the figures they made in the line. I think that's all that book is. It's just every figure they've made from when they started to where they're at now.
There's 143 pages.
Oh wow.
And
That's what it is, right? It's every figure they've made.
yeah.
Yeah.
It does document every single figure they made, but the beginning pages of the book actually can give you behind the scenes and tell you how the figures come to be, from the prototype stages to sculpting, all that.
That's pretty cool.
Who's hired to paint the things, to do the promotional shots of the things. They
Imagine
even
having
show
that
you.
job doing the promotional shots. I wonder how much they get paid.
I know, right?
Just to
You know
take
how much I love
pictures.
You know how much I love toy photography. I would love to have a job like that.
That would be dope.
Yeah, you would have to start off at like a smaller figure company, maybe like Best Action, because whoever does there sucks at posing. You
Oh,
gotta
wow.
find like,
Yeah.
a company who's really bad at posing, and then you can work your way up to other figure companies if that's what you really want to do.
That's cool.
Oh yeah.
What other pages do they have for like? Man, that book actually does seem pretty worth. I mean, I'm sure it's online. Maybe the book is online already.
I mean, people probably are selling it like by itself.
Just the book by itself.
Yeah,
There
you might as
there
well
are
get
some
the
people-
set then.
All these are comments from everybody who's worked on the line, like taking promotional shots, painted the prototypes, sculpted the prototypes,
No,
all that stuff.
no, yeah. It's pretty cool.
And of course, they catalog every single Dragon Ball character and figure arts by series, not by a release order. Actually,
Like
they do tell
every
you
arc.
every arc. Yeah,
Yeah.
They tell you their
Interesting.
release dates, so they tell you every release date, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it have been interesting if they only revealed a figure inside of that book and not anywhere else, like until like maybe a few weeks after it released? That would have been.
That's how it used to be before the internet.
I mean, that would have been pretty cool though. If there's like exclusive news only in that book.
I know,
yeah,
right?
It would be, yeah. But,
That would have been so cool.
let's rippity wrap up this episode. I think we're hitting an hour.
Oh,
yeah, we are.
This release is thousands of
Only
dollars.
$35.
God, God help me.
I can't.
God help me.
I can't believe that.
Yeah,
Wow.
so that is the podcast episode of new figure reveals that we've gotten. Let us know your thoughts about these figures in the comments. What do you think about this whole Tamashii Nation thing with the Sage Mode Naruto and other stuff they've just been doing, like with the Vegeta? And here he goes. What is Ben 10? That's what it's from, Ben 10?
Yes, Ben 10.
Yeah, Ben 10.
You should watch that cartoon. It's a good show.
Check
Anyways,
this out,
yeah.
Starblast.
Leave your comments down in the comment
Just the-
section down below. We'll be very happy to read them. Very excited. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the comment section.
Till then.
Bye bye.